9 hours. Hey, traders. See, everyone's making the meme of the traders with the closed captioning. It always makes me sound like I'm telling you are all traders. Like TRAIT, right? OR. So, anyway, traders. You picked the wrong side, Kappa. Well, I guess it's like you could be trading to the bullish side, bearish side, whatever. But yeah, Bitcoin's selling off. Really weak, man. Really weak. Every time you pop, you drop. And now you're just getting right back to this supply line. And that's what it is. It's where there is a buy wall. There are people buying at this level. But every time you hit the buy wall and you rally, the rallies have been, lower. I mean, right here from this August 19th to September 7th, they were about the exact same high. So that's all you got going for you. I mean, this is it, man. 9,700, 9,600, that's, you fall below it, very, very bad. Okay, with Bach futures out now, launched. Not sure if it'll be the catalyst. It was last time. The CME and CBOE launched their futures. Bitcoin got destroyed. A little different market context though, right? I think we were like nearing all-time highs. I think we were at 17,000 on the way up, maybe when those futures launched, and then went a little bit higher, and then it was over. Right? But this wasn't the same situation at all. You've been consolidating for months now, and just right back to that very, very critical point. If you look left, this is it, man. Nothing really left below you. I mean, you can say maybe 8,900, but the real one is like 8,500. So distribution, slight accumulation, more distribution than accumulation going on right now. If you look at the Fibonacci chart, it looks more kind of somewhat like a descending triangle, but again, it's neutral on the daily. I think that there's plenty of room to run to the downside. You're at 37, so you're in bearish territory. But we know in previous major cycles, we've been oversold before many times. I'm just gonna zoom out to look and just see. I mean, like the whole time, right? Oversold, oversold, oversold. Many freaking times you were oversold. So that's okay. That's not really a big deal. You're not oversold yet, and that's what I'm saying. A sell-off could occur, right? Just remember, if it really is a descending triangle, you got to know the psychology behind the descending triangle. Most of you know that watch regularly, but maybe the people that don't understand it, okay? Again, this could go either way. There's weekly hidden bullish divergence, so that's about all the bulls have going for them, really, holding that support. All right. Okay, so it comes after a run, or it can actually be a continuation too. I mean, you can literally plot it like this too, right, where it's coming from the down, the upside up here or down here. Okay, so it can act as a reversal or continuation. So, oh my God. So what's happening is whoever's in control the market, whoever's making the market, is deciding, all right, we will distribute our assets. This is a fair price to offload. But maybe the exact same institution, which happens, or market maker, they also have buy orders set up down here because they have so much of this asset that it takes a lot of time to offload. All right, so we'll say those buy orders set up, you get the bounce, right? But then you get the lower high. And so that same exchange often will offload their positions at the highest price they can, and then it will dump again, right? Their own buy orders, prop the price up to where they can continue distributing. And then eventually what will happen is all the buy orders will dry up, right? They'll all get filled. And by that time, they've offloaded most, if not all, their position, and then there is, when they were the only ones buying here, really, right? Their orders, maybe a few other people, but it didn't matter. It's a drop in the bucket. What happened is often you get violent moves to the downside, because if they were the only ones with a lot of buy orders there, and no one else is really buying till much lower prices, or there's no demand on the order book till much lower prices, that is why you can get violent moves down. Okay, so people talking about descending triangles, that's great. You can talk about all you want. It still seems kind of neutral to me, even though it's slightly bearish in terms of there's more distribution than accumulation on Bitcoin right now. But, you know, I've seen descending triangles before break to the upside. Hey, I mean, even though Bitcoin dominance, right, isn't really real TA, I don't think. You know, you can't really look at it like that. It had a beautiful descending triangle that broke to the upside, man. It was like right here. Let's see. I guess it. How did I have it? It was like, yeah, right here. Okay, so that's that one wick. You know, you've got mini wicks, mini touches. All right. All right, where you had the distribution going on with the buy wall, and again, this is just an example. This is not saying that this is how it works on the Bitcoin dominance chart, where people are literally doing what I just said, but it does help you understand and see that, hey, these patterns can actually play out bullishly. So the biggest thing is know when the move happens, it's going to be big, and you're almost flipping a coin. Okay. Bitcoin dominance actually trying to rise a little bit finally, and getting back above that 69.5% total market cap dominance area, right? So climbing again, back over 70. Anyway, descending triangle connect. What we were looking at on the static video today was the futures. The futures, man. And as you can see, we have a new open. I think it just opened. Maybe an hour ago? Anyway, you are out of the channel. You make the adjustments. You are just deeper and deeper into this price contraction, consolidation, nearing the apex. Not much room left. You know, traditional asset should be breaking by now. Okay, it just hasn't. Sometimes it gets that deep, man. It gets that freaking deep. Sorry. So, hey, you know, there's plenty of assets out there that are showing bullish divergence, bullish harmonics, bearish divergence, bearish harmonics, rising wedges, falling wedges, double bottoms, head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, right? There are many trade setups that exist all over multiple markets. Bitcoin is just a neutral, I think just more neutral. I don't think there's this major play, and it's so clear. It would be crazy if it didn't play out, right? Like, that was me down here. Like, I felt like I was going crazy down here with so many variables that were coinciding. It ended up playing out way more than we thought, right? But here it's just not as clear. All right. Sorry. Oh boy. So anyway, yeah, that's it. Altcoins getting wrecked. All right, look at Bitcoin, daily, weekly, whatever. Yeah, altcoins destroyed. Very bad. All right, just selling off while that Bitcoin dominance begins to rise a little bit. There it is, right? Hit the 382, and maybe you're still consolidating. As long as you make a high or low, depending on how deep you retrace, you're still okay. But, hey, man, you know the golden zone. If you watch this stream or channel long enough, you know what the golden zone is. You know it's between the 38% retrace and the 61.8% retrace. We plot from the high to low because we know when you get to these areas, you can reverse your price action at any one of these nodes, and it's the most common thing ever, right? It hit the 382 perfectly. Hit D-Day resistance. I call that D-Day because that was like the capitulation day. That was the small head and shoulders short that turned into the mecca of shorts. My God. All right. So you couldn't break it, and that's okay. So still cooling off on the oscillators. I mean, you're right down back to neutral now. Positive momentum's waning on Ethereum, and there's still hope. You know, you could still break to the upside in time. I think it might just be consolidating right now. It's just come back down to the 236, $198.55, and that's now you're just right at $200, and you're down about 5% on the day. The bearish divergence, man, looks like it really has played out. Not bad, man. Look, high, slightly higher high, and continued falling. Right? Look, you back tested, ran up. Look where you're at now. Okay, on the 4 hour. Sorry, let me get a log. Never mind. You fell back in it. On log, you're testing it, not in linear, which you should be looking at this in linear if you're zoomed in like this. All right, so you're back inside the channel. Up thrust, fail. Very fail. Thought you might try to attempt a head and shoulders or something. You just didn't. You just kept kind of selling off. So any kind of potential hidden bullish divergence, I think, is dead now. It's not even in the equation. Never panned out. Okay. So just think about Fibonacci, right? From your lowest point to highest point, you've retraced 38% of the way. So you could even go down to 187 and be at the golden retrace, the bottom of the golden zone, before reversing to the upside again. So selling could keep coming in. No bullish divergence on the 4 hour. I wouldn't expect it when you're still this high up from the peak. Not oversold yet. So you could still continue selling until you get oversold. You get oversold all the effing time on the 4 hour. All right, that's Ethereum in. Poor Litecoin didn't play at all, right? Thought maybe, just maybe. Oh my God, dude. I mean, really, look what happened. Look how you held this as support. Ran up, rejected. It looks like, yeah, if you're keeping your eye on it, look, I mean, that's a shooting star, bearish reversal. But how could you really know, right? If it was a one took position down here, they had stop set up. Look, one would have had to wanted their stops below that $70 mark, right? That's very important supports. And look where you went. You went all the way down to $61. Meltdown. Literal meltdown for Litecoin. When you went from $62 to a height of $80, sold off some. Wow, man, that's and look what happened though when you broke the upsloping support and the horizontal line support. This is what can happen, but you're getting a pretty nice bounce for now. Maybe that's just people scalping or offloading their shorts, whatever, both. I guess the only thing you got going for you on Litecoin is the fact that you are back testing the Momo shift trend line, right? That was once a resistance, maybe is now a support. That's about it, man. So log scale on the daily is pretty good then on Litecoin. Look at this. Yeah, right? This was a school of thought that we were bringing up multiple times, right? In our analysis, we're looking at linear and log, daily, 4 hour. And once you hit the top, you could not break it, and look where you went. You went straight down. So maybe there's more downside potential. But remember, you don't. This is the trend reversal spot right here. Like $65, I think is the trend reversal. Like, for real. You break that, very, very bad, man. All right, incredibly bad for Litecoin. Because, when you break below $65 or $62, whatever, there's no support really until $50. So even with all this bullish divergence, all that Litecoin could muster is a $18 move to the upside to hit a downswing resistance and log scale, and then to fail miserably. Wow. Back in bearish territory on the RSI. Yeah, hard to trust crypto when you had the ICO boom of 2017. Did a lot of damage, tons of damage. Hold on. kidding me? Oh my god, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Oh my god.
Please flat.
Having a chat. Marco Rivera, dude. Holy crap.
Marco Rivera's hit $100. Thank you much for your streams and your content. It helps people interested in crypto who do not have an idea of what they are doing.
Dude, thank you, Margo. That's like the largest contribution in a while, man. Thank you, dude. Holy crap. It means so much, man. Thank you for all your support over and over and over again, dude. It's all worlds, and very grateful to have you part of this community. I know everyone else is super hyped about that too, man. Thank you, dude. Well, I don't know. Most people came into crypto with some sort of irrational exuberance, right? Where most people didn't get into crypto when it was boring. You know, Bitcoin being in a symmetrical triangle now, people aren't joining the market then, right? New FOMO or people join, like new people join the market when Bitcoin's rising, like this year, 6 months, tons. You could just see my sub count growth, right? I couldn't even imagine what would happen if I was creating content during the great FOMO of 2017. That's when new market participants joined that had nothing to do with the stock market or Forex. They're just coming in green, very, very green. And so they're vulnerable then to make bad decisions. And we talked about the worst thing you can do as a trader is be right a couple times in a FOMO market, right? So people just get false senses of security and accomplishment, like they actually did something when they didn't. It was just anyone could have picked an asset during the FOMO 2017 and looked like a genius, right? Because just everything was going straight up. But then 2 months, all you need is 2.5 months, and then everything goes back to normal. And it's been kind of normal since then, So I don't know, man. 2018 was so good. I liked it. I mean, you always want to see Bitcoin succeed because of what it is fundamentally while we're here. Being a truth machine, an invention that, it's the purest, best, strongest form of internet security really that exists, cybersecurity. I mean, decentralized and all that. Are you kidding me, dude? Put on a loop, dude. I lose my train of thought because of that. So, all right, yeah, I was talking about 2018 being so good because the swing lows and swing highs were so wonderful, man. Right, you could swing trader dream, man. How nice it was, right? Where it was just here it is, where you had all these moves down, right? This huge move down, falling wedge pattern, right here, triple MACD bullish divergence. You broke to the upside, you double topped, bearish divergence. Wonderful. Very clear to see where we could be going. Hey, little evening star, shooting star right there on the double top on the daily. Sold off. Right? MACD bullish divergence, tail end RSI bullish divergence. Coincide that with that short chart that was at all-time highs. Kind of double bottoming here. Largest short squeeze in the history of Bitcoin right here. All right. Then right here you had a little rising wedge pattern that occurred. Rising wedge. Remember this? I know some of you do. Rising wedge pattern with bearish divergence on both oscillators. You don't. Quintuple MACD bullish divergence and the tail end RSI divergence ushered in a bullish engulfing candle and then a rally to create the neckline, then the inverse head and shoulders that played out brilliantly. Broadening top continuation, ran up, hit the measure move, no higher. This was about the only time on the daily that you didn't have bearish divergence on the top. Okay. But at that point, from the high point to low point, you were hitting a 62% retrace, or you hit the golden zone, or the golden retrace, top of the golden zone. Sold off. And then right here, on the 4 hour, this is a rising wedge pattern. And then you, at the highest point, this is between the 50% and 62% retrace from high to low, you had that 4 hour continuation of the bearish divergence, and then on the highest point you had negative momentum on higher highs with the rising wedge, signifying this is probably the top. We pretty much called this live and saw the dump live. All right, then the volatility dried up for 3 months. It was awful. You had one thing with Tether and Bitfinex, And it was just tough, man. This was the toughest time probably my streaming career, the lack of volatility, right? But this year was so good. And this year's been extremely good, but now it's just not as clear as it's been in the past on bottoms or tops. Okay, look at this daily bearish engulfing candle. It's not really what you're looking for if you're bullish, man. You're barely hanging on. Barely hanging on. Thank you again, Marco, for the hundo, man. Holy crap. Jeez. Best freaking community. Very grateful. Okay. Okay. You're drunk, Master Yoda? I didn't know Yoda could get drunk, man. Wow. Is this live on Twitch as well? No, it's not. I went exclusive with YouTube when Restream, something happened. The encoding, or it's like their servers are terrible. I was having extreme amounts of lag and my screen was melting. And so I just got rid of it. And the chat was really slow, having to implement. It's really bad, man. So I just went exclusive with YouTube because their servers are way better. And you know, if you don't notice, the graphics I have on my stream are pretty intensive. So intensive that a 2080 Ti will tell me that it's overloading on the encoding. Right? That's like pretty much some of the best tech out there. Thanks for the sub, Robbie. Good to see you, man. Also, XRY GOLX, thank you for the sub, dudes. But y'all, if you're enjoying the live stream, that like button, that bell, that sub, going through tripping through time on Bitcoin in 2018 is always a luxury, or not a luxury, but always you know, it's a pleasure for me because it's just so cool. And if you were with me long before 20K subs, you know how amazing 2018 was for swings. Okay. So nuts on that. So Louis Marriott, Mrs. Cantomo. Because we're good at, well, I mean, good at XRP, I guess. It's funny, man, how it, remember we drew that wedge last night? It squared up and then rallied, and then, look, bearish pin bar, huge follow through price action. Pathetic, dude. Just sad, really. But somehow, some way, holding above that 26.7 mark, so not a total loss yet. Mr. Robot Man, thanks sub, dude. Welcome. We have multiple robots in here. EBBR, dude. Thanks for the follow on Twitch. I'm over there. I'm just not live. Okay, if it's a backup, right? If I ever get a copyright strike or something like that, I would stream over there for sure. I love Twitch. I mean, Twitch has pretty much is absolutely the best user experience for the viewers, emotes, customization, all that. I can't have customization like that till 30,000 subs on YouTube. It's weird, dude. Don't even ask why it's like that. So William Baker. Yeah, James, going to kind of hit a brick wall, but it's not a big deal, man, because it's like, hey, the people that will win in the end are not those that come in during the FOMO times. They're the ones that invest in themselves when volatility is low. Okay, so it's not going to stop us from scanning other markets and looking for potential setups, right? XRP got rippled. Hey, man, I wouldn't say it's just XRP. It's everyone, man. All right, it's all the alts. Nothing special about XRP on this dump. Okay, if anything, it's kind of tame compared to other alts. Litecoin being down 8+%, Ethereum's down more, even Bitcoin Cash is down more. And then you go to like XLM down 7%, ADA down 5.2%, destroyed, right? Like huge selling coming in, right? What happened? like ran up probably from the high point to low point of the wedge, hit 50%, 618 levels maybe, but that's not what you want to see. No divergence, not oversold yet, so could keep selling. Failure to launch. Friggin' burnouts, dude. These altcoins are burning out. What's up, Raymond? Thanks for the sub, dude. Welcome. What's up, Mr. Daddy Coffee? Doing well, man. Doing well. The sun's out. It's starting to go down a little bit more. Y'all notice the days are getting shorter in the, well, northern hemisphere anyway. Temperature's cooling down a little bit, even though it was like 90 today. Just, I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to autumn. Everything's still green. No like leaves are changing. So I'm good, man. Real good. Took a position in U.S. Steel today for the long haul. See how that goes. U.S. Steel, if you don't know, technically looks ready, man. Real ready. I feel like I lucked out too because it dropped and then had a huge move up today. Pier 1 imports, yeah. Darren, man, yeah. Pier 1 imports, all-time highs again today. New name for crypto market is emergency market. Emergency, altcoins are destroyed. Alright, just no bueno for any of them, really. Not one is in the green today. ZRX, the one that had such a incredible run up, hit the 50% light to Jesus, man. The high to low, 50%. Charles Dow would be beside himself right now. As you can see, the selling, that's what happens. Big pumps like that. It's not like ZRX somehow cured cancer or has a working product or is doing anything different than it was the day before or the days before the pump. Scrunchy, what's up, dude? Thanks for the sub. It's not. It's just an asset that ran up, illiquid asset, and now it's dumping. Near the 236, right? From that high to low. That's where it was. So let's continue selling. Sure, we got a harmonic here. I think this retrace was too shallow. Yeah, go from this low to high to see where we're at. Yeah, nearing the 50% retrace. So the golden retrace is at 19.53 cents. The deeper retrace is 17.59 cents. Oh my god, brubs, man.
FOMO chasers tipped $59.58. Should I short now? Or go long? Just a straight answer because you're supposed to know right now. Ready?
That's right, dude. That's right. Okay, man. What you want to do? Have your position, go short. Have your position, go long. Wait, that's not going to do anything. The exchanges would love you to do that, but nah, just kidding. Look, man, if we're going to be, I know we're joking and stuff. They cover this in the Patreon video. Right? And Probes, dude, thanks so much for the 59 or the FOMO chasers. I don't think I have that on this computer. I think when Logan made that, it was on my other PC. Yeah, I don't have it, man. Crap, I'd have brought it. I'd have popped it up. So anyway. Bitfinex, Bitcoin, Daily Connect. There are ways to play it. So people will often, if they think it's going to go down, you know, people can take these gambles, and they're fine gambles, right? They tail or they really fade the top of the triangle, and you know, you get your targets, right? You know that there's you don't hold this, right? You don't hold this support. Chances are you'll come down to 88.58, but 8,500, 7,500 also good targets. But look at your reward to risk. You know, it's like you have your stop above the previous highs, right, from September 6th and August 20th, 19th. Right, so slightly above that, but it's right at that downsloping resistance where the entry for the short would be. And so
it's been a special couple months for me. Thank you for your hard work.
Wow, Jason, man, thanks for the elite contribution. Sorry about the Monero. I gotta fix that. I got a few things I gotta work on my overlay, but just making those changes from Super Chat. Thank you, dude. Jason, man. Really, really appreciate it. So, you know, you can just think about some critical thinking. Look, there's a candle high close that we haven't touched yet. Hey, 3.72 to 1 reward to risk, right? But then you could be like, hey, maybe, just maybe, it's really bad for Bitcoin. Okay, so we could go, well, like this. You could do fib extensions to get some targets, low to high. And then look, there's a 1272. Sorry about, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so this is typical, man. This is how a lot of times you can do it. You break this 9,000 area. I mean, that first target's the 1272. And that's at 8,200. So there you go. I mean, that's a way to short if you wanted. And then you could flip it over and be like, if it's a symmetrical triangle, you can take your longs at the bottom and take profits. You see what I'm saying? Like that there's ways to size up a triangle one way or another, right? And this is universal. You could do this on any market, on any asset, any exchange. Okay, play it the same way. Thing is, though, I mean, you know, you got to be careful here. I mean, if the dump happens, a running stop may happen, you know, on the long side. So, you know, taking longs here and having very tight stops, you know, and then you could swing for the fences. You could definitely swing for the fences. To the upside, right? Measure moves $4,000 for this pattern. So, big moves coming. Just no way of really knowing. I mean, the weekly showing hidden bullish divergence. You're trying to hold the support, mother of God. This is a support zone between 9,600 and 10K. And you're at the very bottom of it now, and you're so deep in the apex, you think that, man, it's just getting weaker and weaker, man. Very weak price action. Where's the demand? Where's the demand? Yeah, cryptos and tokens. Neo got destroyed today. Who killed Litecoin? Holy crap. JDR, you finally got the notification. Wow. That's a first, isn't it? Gab up. There it is. I mean, it's going to be tough for me to pull it up, dude. No one's even gonna see it like that, right? FOMO chasers, man. Oh my god. Beautiful. So 420p vision. Where's the fans? The fans, dude? What are you talking about? Can Bitcoin still break the upside in the same hour? Anytime you ask that, it's like always a possibility, but maybe not a high probability. What happened to bots? I mean, I just don't see how that derivative can really drive the prices of Bitcoin in the very short term. I just don't, right? Like, it's just, you know, say Bitcoin breaks out bearishly or bullishly, even without bots. It's like self-fulfilling prophecy much. This has been a known thing. This price contraction's been going on, all right? Long before bot, you know, launched or whatever. And maybe it was leading up to it, right? You can have consolidation and patterns that develop leading up to events. And now the event is here. It's occurred, the launch, and now the move will be coming in the coming days, probably, right? I mean, you're just running out of room, man, right? I guess you could stay within this until October, but, you know, there's just such a higher likelihood now that you're going to break out one way or another very, very soon within the next, I don't know, man, like a couple weeks max. $666 viewers. Oh, man, gotta fix that. Could someone leave or someone join? Thanks. Okay. If you're enjoying the live stream, please hit the like button, that bell, that sub. Let's get a like spike, sub spike for Bitcoin. Kind of showing some moves. I mean, it's down nearly 4% on the day. So I gotta fix something real quick. It's like a process now I have to do every stream. Kind of sucks, but I don't really know how to fix it. That's right, the Discord's great for making sure you don't miss when I upload a static or when I go live. Yeah, dude, like, if you do miss my streams sometimes and you can't help it and it's like you just don't get notified, like, Discord, if you have the notifications on, you'll always know when I'm live, whether it's 2 a.m., 2 p.m., 5 p.m., 11 p.m., it doesn't matter. All right. What's up, Bradley Abel? Good to see you, dude. Yeah, Inverse Kangs. It was crazy. It was like the square up on XRP, and then the fake out to the upside, then the bearish pin bar, and then straight down follow through price action. My God. Spencer, you think that AMD is bullish right now? To me, I mean, almost looks like sorry, man. Let me you fell out of a channel, fell out, you back tested it. Yeah, you may be engulfed today a little bit, but it almost to me looks like a double top, like a slightly higher high double top, doesn't it? Isn't it like higher risk areas up here and lower risk areas down here? I mean, just think about it, right? Where you had a high on price, you then had the same high on price, slightly higher. You had much lower levels of relative strength. That is weak. On the weekly. Bad. Same thing with the MACD. High. And did the same high at much lower levels. A higher high than your previous high. Barely about the same and lower levels of volume. So I don't know about, I mean, I don't know about value, dude. There's not much value up here. I don't care if it goes to the upside more. This is just not how you do swing trades or position trades. You get in at areas of value after tremendous amounts of selling. Your 88% retraces, 78% retraces with the divergence. We just went through a beautiful rally that lasted from Christmas of last year all the way up to early August. So after that, I mean, really? Like, that's not that bullish if you ask me. $71 contracts. Uh-oh, unblocked. Not great, not terrible. So Rich Mitts. So what does it say? Jeff says Bakkt already has enough Bitcoin in their storage to handle trading for a bit, so they aren't buying fresh Bitcoin. But yes, physically settled. Yep, that's the difference between the CME and the old CBOE before they stopped. They were cash settled, and yeah, this is straight up Bitcoin settled, and then they have the certain contracts where it's settled within a day, right? Versus most commodities that settle, commodity futures settle within a week. But then you got silver and gold that I think already settle within a day. So it's all good, Spencer, man. Yeah, keep learning every day. Hey, Mr. Know-It-All, good to see you again, dude. Ruru says this is an exciting time to live in the crypto world. We might love the outcome of all this. Dude, it's just like, you got to think about timescales. We're just so early in this market. It's such a low market cap, right? It's so infantile. I mean, it really is. I mean, you're talking about Bitcoin's like $170 billion market cap, and you know for a fact, this is how you factor maybe the value of Bitcoin is over the past like 10 years, 11 years, whatever, since Bitcoin was created. Think about how much power, like wattage of power, has been used. How many people around the world have mined Bitcoin to ledger transactions for you or whoever it is. That manpower and that power used is a decent way to gauge the value of Bitcoin maybe for the future, right? But Lurker Snipe, thanks for the 3s, man. Tron connecting the jar. Wow. Thank you, dude. Just gotta think about in time, will people see that value? I mean, that's really, I think, how you do it, dude. I mean, like, what company out there could have, how much money would that cost? Way more than 170 billion, I think, to make all that stuff happen. I think it might be impossible for an actual company to emulate the amount of transactions Bitcoin's had, the amount of different people around the world that have ledger transactions with mining, right? I think it's impossible. But if they tried, it would be so much more costly than $170 billion, right? And there's also stock to flow and all that, which is a great argument. I'm not as strong on that argument, but those are kind of fundamentals of Bitcoin. So that's why we love crypto and Bitcoin. What is it? The SEC is to discuss cryptocurrencies tomorrow. Helen Price, probably one of the foremost crypto advocates in Washington, to lead the meeting. Could be a catalyst for a run-up. Maybe, Andre. I don't know how many retailers out there are going to be watching that. I mean, maybe some, but yeah. Jeff just said Microsoft has a $1.066 trillion market cap. This is the AOL era of the internet. It could be AOL. It also could just be, Netscape, right? Minesweep, whatever they're called. I can't remember. The old internets. I was too young to even remember them. But yeah, dude, very, very far off. That's okay, man. Being an early adopter. But the thing is, you're in this. Dude, Bitcoin's like $10,000 or $9,700. It's a lot. So we could see big sell-offs and large rallies. The volatility with Bitcoin being so illiquid right now compared to other huge assets, right? Commodities. The volatility could last for many years, but once all those institutions really get in and Bitcoin's sitting around $1 trillion, $2 trillion market cap, whatever, you won't be getting that type of volatility anymore. So at least know that cherish the volatility while you can, man. Okay. Human funds? ATSI. Cavi's getting nervous. What is it, by 2020? Dude, what? Who cares, man? Like, he's not going to do what he said he was gonna do. When does he ever do that, man? Who even cares? I mean, yeah. Oh no, he's gonna welch on his stupid deal. I don't know, man. Remember, he He probably made a killing on the ICO boom, man. He pumped so many coins or helped contribute to the pumping of them. Or remember, it was like you used to have to pay him $50,000 to get him to advocate or shill your crap coin. Remember that? Dude, he didn't care. He doesn't know either. No one knows where Bitcoin's going. No one. Anyone says they really know, they're lying to you, man. Recipes? Gross. One share of Berkshire Hathaway. That's Warren Buffett's stock. 313,225. Yep. And that's just, he definitely made a killing. Desynced. But now he will, I guess, die. Okay, so by the daily, let's look at a couple more S coins, I guess, right? What happened to ICX, man? Oh god, man. Illiquid S coin, who cares? But we're talking about crypto, I guess, more so today. Down nearly 4%, but you're just at the bottom of this range, and you could definitely call it some sort of bearish range, right? Because the impulse is down. So you'd think maybe on the weekly ICX might look interesting, but dude, we just kind of know, right? We kind of know what it could easily fail, right? Here's a double bottom, but like here's the weekly, one bottom, maybe two bottoms developing. Think about an asset that its whole lifespan on the weekly has been bullish. Since your histogram, you had enough data to create a weekly histogram wick, it's all been green. All been green, yet you're much lower in price than you started. Okay. So, great, man. I don't even know. I'm looking at some of these. People want to see them, though. Like, look at IOTA's actually up today somehow. And it's only because it had a nice run before, but beautiful on IOTA, right? Beautiful Momo shift breakout, clear as day, got overbought, is now selling off 2 days in a row, and now it actually was in the red a minute ago, but look how high it was. It was bullishly engulfing at 29.61 cents, and that, because of the volatility from Bitcoin and all the other alts, has pulled back a lot. Is now trying to, get back in the green a little bit. This is the only one I see that's in the green, on the watch list. So you'd think in time, if you looked at this like a traditional, like an asset on a traditional market, high point to low point of IOTA, you'd be looking between 35.68 cents and 43.51 cents. Maybe you just consolidate here. Maybe it's like Ethereum. BBQ? Yeah, barbecue, dude. Sure. Barbecue. So, whatever, man. Let's shift gears for a second. Go to gold. All right. Gold's continued to climb. We talked about multiple things here. Where you are, if you are truly in an uptrend, which I think we are in a bull trend for now. You break above this 1530 area, it invalidates the potential slanted head and shoulders pattern, right? So I've got an alert set up. It hasn't gone off, but it nearly touched. I don't know what. Maybe it was just a couple, like a 20 cents off or something, my alert. That's what lets you know, man. And in these patterns, if you're in a bull trend, bearish patterns are going to be less reliable completely. And look how you pivoted at the bottom. This is what we call the demand line, the supply line of these upsloping channels. Gold going up even as the dollar increases is kind of a statement in its own. Yeah, it's just, well, central banks, think about it, things get so bad, right? Central banks keep printing money, right? Or whatever, you know, they have unlimited resources to buy what they want. So they gulp up all the gold over the past 6 years, 155 billion. Right, and so then they have to go with a clean reset. And who's holding all the golds? You know, this could hit all-time highs at some point. A lot of, you know, very smart hedge fund managers think that this run, the break of that neckline, could usher in all-time highs on gold, and that's 1900, 1917. Going to pick up a hype king. Yeah, that's up. I don't vote on that at all. I have no vote, like literally none. It's up to the mods. The mods have right. The mods decide who gets de-wrenched. The mods decide who gets banned. The mods decide who gets hype king. All right, I delegate to them. And that's it. Like, you can hate me all you want, but would you rather have someone who's an influencer who's, like, you know, steering the ship that actually delegates and isn't like a totalitarian dictator? Or would you rather have someone who, like, gives checks and balances to myself to where I can't, like, become, like, I don't know, corrupt or just, like, overbearing and being like, I pick this, right? I give people that I trust the ability to do that, the authority to do that. And so they'll have to pick. And if they're in here, sorry. If they're in here, here's the voting right now. Jacob G, Heath Rowell, Craig, ILG, David Bello, Art of JR, Brett. That's it. Art of JR kind of twice. He's the one that picked, he's the one that talked about Pier 1 and ODP yesterday. So, shoot, man, he's got like two nice ones, right? Do my thing. Oh, I'm doing my thing, man. Can you get banned? I mean, of course. Just don't, like, start doing stupid stuff. Look, man, if you, like, treat people with respect, there's a very high probability you cannot get banned. Treating people with respect includes not self-promoting yourself or something stupid, all right? So here you are, man. This is the area that we've been talking about for months. If you did break the neckline where you could run to real fast, that's pretty fast. Pretty freaking fast. Oh, wow. You can't call me right now, man. I'm live. Corrupt oligarchy? Okay. I mean, dude, you know, again, if, like, mods start getting corrupt, then other mods are going to be like, dude, what are you doing? Like, it's just not how it works. I promise to get back power when this crisis is over. Yes. Yeah, it's Pier 1, dude. That's RJR brought it up, man. I think like last week. It wasn't even yesterday. He just brought up Office Depot yesterday. Gold looks like poo-poo compared to Bitcoin. I'm sorry. I can't hear you over, you know, it being at 500. Dude, I can't hear you over it being at like $90 in the 80s. Okay, it's apples to oranges. Well, Fishhead, you didn't hurt anybody, or I don't even know. Like, see, the thing is, I don't even know like the situations. Most of the situations with people getting banned and stuff, I hear about it, I read about it a little bit, but again, it's just like, I know they don't have an agenda. They're not like, haha, you know, we're gonna ban someone because they're gonna take my power or something. That's just not how it works, dude. So I just don't know, man. I think there's resolutions that can be created. I think if you do get banned or something, you can be in the Discord and you can reach out to one of them. And I think that you can get it resolved and get unbanned. I think FPS Stang just got, I unbanned him because he evidently worked it out with them. I'll let them do it. It's supposed to save time, but here I am talking about it. Right? Jeez. So yeah, we'll figure out the hype king soon. It's the problem. Well, hey Peter, man, I'll just say, like, probably best to just if you want to talk to me in Discord, do it. Talk to them in Discord. It's just probably not the best place to be talking about it. It's like in the live chat, okay? Because look, man, I respect you. I don't know what happened really. Again, I haven't been paying enough attention to it, and that's probably my bad to the issue. But where's the list? I'll here, Logan. I'll just send it to you, okay? I'll just text it to you real quick, just so y'all have it. I know I should have. All right, I'll send it to you and Probst, and he who shall not be named. You're blocked in Discord. Well, we gotta figure out a route for that, right, mods? So like people that want to resolve it, if they can't get in contact with us via Discord and they can't get in contact with us, I mean, it's gonna be live chat, I guess. So okay, so that's gold, and then we can look at XAG silver too while we're talking about it. There you go, man. It's fan friggin' tastic. Yeah, it sold off a little. Who cares, man? A little bit. On the weekly, it doesn't look like anything. But on the daily, if you FOMO'd, someone literally FOMO'd in at like 1950 in this stream. They talked about it. But now look what happened. If they didn't like panic sell, look, they're already back. They're getting closer and closer to breaking even again. But your issue is you're starting to climb and you're making higher highs on the weekly, lower levels relative strength. But it can just keep climbing. But eventually, you know, this was from the high to low 786 retrace, right? High point to low point. Yep, touch the 786 and then pull back. I thought we were going to pull back at the 618. Technically, on the weekly, we did. We didn't have one candle close above the 618. It actually closed at the 618. So whatever, that's what can happen. So it already beginning to rise again with gold. Look, you're right at that overhead resistance from April 2017. Resistance from January 2015, and all these resistances too. Holy crap, this is a big deal. You could break that. Don't see much resistance left until $21 or $20 maybe because it's psychological, but $21 is that top of the range, or you could call it the neckline of the potential double bottom pattern. Hey man, you could have gone back and watched my analysis on silver April 7th and we'd be saying the same effing thing, dudes. No change on silver. It was potentially setting up for much higher prices, and that's it. Man. Oh, thanks for the 633 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream, please hit the like button, that bell, that sub. Just having a good fundamental analysis and talk about Bitcoin today, looking at silver, gold, a lot of these altcoins, these S coins that have been demolished or hammered, as the title said. Doing my eyes itching. Man, I don't know. There's like dust in here or something. A lot more dust. I need to clean in here, I guess. This is my backup battle station. No, I haven't even talked about it, but I have spent an absorbent amount of time on my other battle station with a brand new hard drive, that M2 hard drive. No crashes so far. It's working brilliantly. I've been testing it by leaving my PC on, leaving OBS on, leaving all my applications running for like a day. Right, 24 hours to see if there's a crash. No crash, man.
What do you think of LT/USD? Thanks, Mitch.
It lost literally all its gains from the breakout. And we looked at it earlier. Okay, so I don't know, my eyes are itching, dude. Jeez. Okay, so, again, just to reiterate, thank you for the $3 worth of something. Crypto. The Ethereum Classic. Thanks, dude. F-Coin, bro. It was multiple schools of thought. Mr. 2205, thanks for the sub, dude. Welcome. Where in log scale on the daily, you hit the downsloping resistance, the geometrical resistance, and could not break it, and have since sold off violently, right, from $80 all the way down to sub $62 in just about 5 days or so. But you're trying to hold on, right? So think about it, you know, whatever, you're making about the same low with positive momentum. I'll tell you this about Litecoin. You break $65 to $62 with any kind of resounding effort, any kind of volume, any kind of follow through, you're going straight to 50. That's what I'll tell you about Litecoin. This area is so important. If you notice these red lines versus the yellow lines, the red lines are like, hey, you break that, you're going down to the next one. Like they're like the red for dead, like not good. Like that's the next area. Okay. After 50, oh my God, man. 50 is like the next major one's like 30. There's just not much support on the way down. The way it just goes, right? Where it goes almost straight up, straight down, straight up-ish. Maybe it's going to go straight down-ish, right? But the good news is maybe, look at it like this. From your low to high, we've only retraced about 38% of the way. Maybe like 42%. And so the 50% retrace, $56, but then you go, here you go, the golden retrace, 45.50. That's near that critical support area. So golden retrace seems like it could happen in time, especially if Bitcoin dumps. Now you know what's happening if Bitcoin dumps completely. Thanks, Margo, man. Yo, the community makes it the best, not me, dude. I'm just a normal guy that has a really strong passion for charts and trading and candles. All this stuff is just fascinating to me. I don't know why. I fell in love with it a long time ago, and it was a side thing for me on the stock market for years, and then crypto came around, and then I started meeting all of you fantastic people, and so it's like, hey, a lot of people have questions about all kinds of things, and just trying to protect you. But Litecoin, that moved down, not really good, not really that great at all. 4 hour, not good either. Take it out of log, go to linear. All right. You broke the downsloping channel. You ran to the upside, yet you could not find demand to break you to higher prices. So you came back down, and it looked like a decent looking little cipher, X, A, B, C, D, or Gartley kind of. But sorry, man, once you broke the support, the horizontal line support, once you break the upsloping support, dominated. One good thing to take from it, and this is all I can tell you, you're kind of you are oversold now, right? You're like 26.7. One other thing, it's like when you broke out of this downtrend, we didn't really backtest so much, but now we really kind of are. Can we stay outside of this channel long enough? That's a big deal. If you can, there might be a chance for this to run to higher prices, but don't hold your breath if Bitcoin dumps, okay? Smite him. Took King Ogos. Oh man. Well, they're I mean, like, dude, it sucks because, you know, I didn't oh God. Bradford, explain in live chat what he did wrong. Okay, if that's the case, just explain it in live chat right now for the world to see. Right? Where he can see it, I can see it, and everyone else can see it. All right. I mean, do we have to do this, man? Really? This was an idea before. Oh, I can't wait, man. Dude, chat, we're going to have to end up doing this, all right?
In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit.
There's the X chat.
These are their stories.
We're going to have ourselves a crypto court. Don't make me bring out Judge Allison Nathan, chat. Okay, man. I don't know. Again, we got to get the... All right, so here it is, chat. He posted an inappropriate name or meme in Discord. We PM'd him multiple times telling him he violated community guidelines. He refused to respond in PMs and attacked mods in Discord. Chat, you hear it? A man's life is at stake, okay? This isn't a joke. Anyone? Special Band Victims Unit. There you go, David Kafifi, man. Sounds fair, someone said. But, okay. So, like, he's not banned right now, right? I don't think... He can talk. No, he was saying, can we unhide him to state his claim for the courts? Just this one time, all right? See how it goes. Because, dude, he's clearly been here a really long time. It looks pretty clear that he made a mistake. And let's see if he can, you know, we can all put it behind us. Man, like, dude, we got to be pragmatic here, all right? Maybe he messed up. Maybe he insulted the mods. Maybe he just didn't know, man. All right, maybe there is hope, okay? It's easy to say no. It's much harder to say yes. No, he's gone now. Bradford. Mods, can we? We'll give it a shot. Give him a fair trial. Oh, only I can unhide. Logan, Brad, is it okay with y'all if I do that just for a moment to see what he wants? I'm sure hopefully he's still watching. He hasn't just like quit the stream. But am I doing AT on the stream? Ethic Albert, I've done stupid, copious amounts of technical analysis on this stream. We're just dealing with a community issue right now. So, you know, there's a VOD, a rewind. Okay. How about this? If Peter doesn't... Okay, Bradford. If Peter doesn't care about mod, wrench, Discord, anything, he just cares about being able to have a voice in the chat. And if he doesn't bring up any crap, if we put it behind us completely, and it's just like, whatever he says from now on is like, hey man, how are you doing? Hey, Bitcoin Connect, or something like that, or he contributes to the conversation, right, by saying things about news or something, like everyone should or would do, right? Is there any way, man, right? Is there any way for mercy from the mods? Again, like, right? That's the conditions. Or if he brings up anything about this crap that's happened, he's gone. But if we just forget about it, unhide him, and he never talks about it ever again, and we can move on with our lives, I think that's pretty fair, right? But if he brings it up, boom, he's gone. But if he doesn't, he can stay. Doesn't that seem fair? Why can't my biometric crap's just not working? So annoying. Okay. Peter Webb says, I got blocked on Discord for posting a meme and then not bowing down to Brad. It's not about bowing down, right? I don't know, man. Look. Okay, but all that being said, right? For the sake of pragmatism, if we unban him and he doesn't bring it up ever again, doesn't ever talk about it, and we just go like it didn't, none of this stuff even happened, why does it matter then? Why can't we do that? Right? Yeah, he screwed up. He may have screwed up, maybe made a mistake or a couple of mistakes, whatever. All right, and the mods, hey, you're in the right, I guess, but I'm asking, could we do that just to see if he can stick around? Because I know he's been contributing good conversations, chat in the past, and I think that he deserves maybe. I mean, I get it. He had a chance and all that. Okay. Why is this happening on the show? Because, dude, it keeps coming up, man. It keeps coming up. And it's happening on the show because he's banned on Discord, and he has no other way to voice his opinion until now, and then he got banned. So. Okay, so anyway, that's Litecoin backtesting the downside resistance. Mother of God. I'm sorry. It just happens, man. I just... I know it's not practical. I just want everyone to get along. You know, this. I'm gonna try everything I can, right? Exhaust every avenue. I know Mish sent it. I know. It's not smart. No, Brad. I saw them. So big one, 97.16. We have 41 minutes until your daily close at a very critical support, an ice line, if you will, the bottom of an upslope or a bottom of a horizontal line historical support, 9,600. All right, very critical. You don't hold this, any kind of resounding effort below 9,600, you're most likely going to 8,500. All right, you might stall on the way there, but you could see a very, very nasty drop to the downside. The buying pressure is clearly just not there. This is the most recent price action you've seen. You rallied on the Gartley, it never played out. You're back down to that 786 from the low to high. You're there again, man. Is it a double bottom? You're just hugging support now. You're just hugging it. Where things going, starting the way the price is going and seeming more and more possible downside, right? Even though we know we can go the upside, I just what in the heck, man? Just hugging along this downside resistance. You know, it's like the first time, but 1 and 2, nearly 3. You can't even test it anymore. Why are you not even testing it? Okay, so I guess all you can pray for here is that this on the RSI doesn't go below 25. That's all you can hope for in this situation, I think. Because if it doesn't go below 25, then you very well could be getting some 4-hour bullish divergence. And that's it, right? On a lower low candle close, right? Now you're making arguments for Class A divergence. You may not even be able to consider this a swing low, right? You may not be able to. So, always a chance, but it just doesn't look very good. The demand is just not there. I'm gonna ban Alex Jones. No, Kanatomo though. Sure. You say like just being realistic. It's been trouble dealing with the situation over and over, but I'm telling you, Like, I'm vouching, okay? I can vouch for him and say, hey, look, if I unban him right now, there won't be any more issues from Peter Piper. And that's it. Him and Brad would bury the hatchet, and it'd be over. And if he did cause problems, I would look like an idiot. It'd be my fault. I'd be stupid. But I'll tell you this in life, and I know maybe Brad's gonna say he's had more than 2 chances, but I'm just saying, like, you can't get mad at anyone for giving someone else a second chance. Okay. Rhonda, that sounds just so certain. Okay. Yep, 71 Bitcoin in volume right now, dudes. Hey, is it on TradingView yet? Cryptos and tokens. It'd be nice to actually be able to monitor it and throw it into the rotation of assets we look at. It'd be great, wouldn't it? Too many words to unban. What? Okay, so going back to that futures chart. Did I even do the sounds? If I didn't, who cares? It sounds good enough. All right, here you are, man. Here is the lesser than, right? The less cool futures market. CME. Where you are outside of the channel, the extremely large channel. At the bottom of the upsloping support. It seems so close now that at any time, if all these buy orders down here, all this demand dried up, right? If they all fill and there's no one else propping this price up, you could see a violent drop down to 8,500 very fast to fill that gap. It seems very, very possible. Look where you are. You're at a support. You can't hold this towards the apex, this deep in the consolidation pattern. Target is $8,500 on the downside. That is it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's where it's probably going if it breaks this, okay? For real. Oh, I do like every time, but I mean, I always do, right? Like, always. When have I ever been like, okay, we can give it one shot on this one person based on the history of how long they've been here and how long they have not caused problems, right? It's not even about that, man. It's just like, if he gets unbanned and doesn't say, if he says one word about it, he's gone right immediately, and I look stupid. But if he doesn't say anything, moves on, all would be well, right? I just don't. Don't worry, Brad. It's coming. It really is at this point, dude. It's like you can't go any deeper. You're almost there. It can happen any day now. The big move. All right. Dude, community, like, trying to, like, it just look like streaming's so easy, right? No, it's not, dude. It's really freaking not. See Sam Wilson saying his best guess is the whales are accumulating and Bitcoin will explode upward this week. The whales are currently toying with the noobs, increasing liquidity. There's not much liquidity going on, man. You've been stuck range bound between 9,500 and 11,000 for like 6 weeks or something now, dude. I just think that the whatever's going to happen, the bulls or bears, one side's going to win, one side will relent. And you'll see him move again. But, you know, weekly looks like a pennant, after an impulse that could easily rise to the upside, but and just look, and the weekly is showing that hidden bullish divergence. You got to take heed of that. That's bullish, but again, man, you're just near the bottom of the upsloping support, not the top. You tried getting up there, you just couldn't break it again. It's not the end, Nokia. I mean, you're really, if you're new in, like, you're taking things at face value. You're not, I mean, I stream 7 days a week and we never talk about drama. There's no drama. This is like a no drama zone. But dude, sometimes just, and maybe it was like my mistake for bringing it up, but it was just like, dude, I don't know. Like, people getting banned in Discord and then they're here and they lose their wrench. It's like they've been around 2 years and I know them, and it's just like, I know like they're not bad people, but maybe they made mistakes. Moderation, dude, it's just, we stopped talking about it a minute ago. You brought it back up, and so now I'm talking about it again. So see what happens. Bears or Redskins tonight? Oh, I don't, Renee. I don't do NFL. I'm only college football. I took a small bet. It was a way too early bet on. Oh my god, dude. No, that's not it. I took Auburn, Notre Dame, and Ohio State, I think, in a 3-game teaser. That's right, William, man. What happened? Hold on, I'm 31. Dwight Schrute managed chat, dude. I'd be talking to no one, dude. Alright, good luck, Catherine. Well, you know my age now. Michael Court, Bakkt is not dropping the price so heavily on Bitcoin. Self-fulfilling prophecy, man. Lack of demand, right? You rallied, sold off, pivoted, made a lower high in your previous size, sold off again, and you broke to the upside. But when you broke to the upside, no demand, so you're just selling off again, man. Just selling off once more. I wouldn't say rigged, Marco, but there is way too much parity in professional sports, dude. That's not true at all, Brad. Dwight would have us all drug tested. Company property, dude. The stochastic RSI on the weekly is way at the bottom right now. Lost your gun. We can look at it, I guess, right? Was it 20? You're saying? Yeah. What? Yeah, it's like way oversold. Yeah. Right about that, man. Very true. What about the weekly? Let me, what's happening? Yeah, right. Last time the stochastic RSI on the weekly was this low was back December. And just a few weeks later, the rise to the upside occurred again. Wow, that's kind of telling, isn't it? So you've got stochastic RSI sitting around 7.68, not just on the daily, but the weekly, and you're showing weekly hidden bullish divergence, not only on the futures, but also the spot price. So people are like, it's all pointing to the downside, but I mean, how do you have a ridiculous break to the downside even more with your stochastic RSI already at 5, right? Now, let's go to Bitfinex real quick and look at this. Been there before. Been there many times, right? When you get to this level, hard to sell off to lower levels, right? Every time you get down to this level on the stochastic RSI, right, 2014, you pop, you break to the upside, you rally hard. So that is good point loss, your gun, man. Good eye. What the heck? RS nerd, man. Oh yeah, something else talks about it. It's a Patreon post or whatever. Went into pretty deep. I too, man. Like we wouldn't have made it this far if I didn't, right? Look, so on the RSI, when the bull run began for real, it broke above 50. Didn't fall below it, right? Broke it, got to overbought. And every time we made those corrections for 2 years on the way up, we were hitting 53 and 54 over and over and over again. Look where we are. If this cycle, this market cycle is bullish now, you would think that we wouldn't fall below that little equilibrium zone, right? That 50 on the RSI. So you're showing the hidden bullish triple RSI, hidden bullish divergence on the weekly, nearing that critical area on the RSI, right? From neutral bullish to neutral bearish, the bottom side. Look, when you're in the correction, look, you could never break above the 50, right? When we're in the correction, we fell below it, back tested it, and could never get above the 50. So this is very interesting, is it not? Very interesting. So you've got the weekly divergence, RSI, hidden divergence. Your stochastic RSI is at pretty much its lowest levels that it could be at ever, right? I mean, it really actually hit all-time lows. And, this only goes back to 2014 or so. Here, we can get probably more data, but dude, when you get down to these levels, it doesn't last long before you get back up. So really something to think about here. It's almost like the weekly is giving kind of a bullish argument, even with the neutral pattern. Right? Does anyone say that? Yeah, maybe. Looking at actual analysis and not moonboy scrubs who just are clickbaiting for your ad revenue. Hard to argue with the stochastic and the RSI. Or AMT, nah. Is it the Amut? 92? I don't even know how to say your name, dude. Amut. I've not looked at the Keba chart. Sorry, dude, there's no Keba chart. I don't see, right? No, dude, it's not on TradingView if you're asking for Keba. One day a bear, the next a bull. What? So are you talking to me, MB? Because I've talked about this, and I am illuminated a little bit more with the stochastic that I haven't looked at all. I seldom look at it. I'm looking at it right now, and it's very intriguing when you coincide those with the pennants on the weekly at Critical Sports. But that's not true at all. It breaks the upside TX Ripper. Measure move 4,000 or so. Break the upside puts you around 14,362 or so. By when it's do or die time. We're about to find out, aren't we? Really are. But even if you sell off and you go to 8,500, the bull trend is not over yet. Right, remember, you got to break below 7,500 resoundingly, and that could take time for us to get down there if we were, and you'd still could be in a bullish cycle. Sam, we'll see, man. All right. The best laid plans of mice and men. Yep, Brett, that's true. You're talking about the last time stochastic was this low on the weekly. It was, you know, right around a few weeks from there is when we had that first impulse, that bullish engulfing candle that ushered it all in. But this time around, we've got actual coinciding variables on the RSI. Not really the MACD. Futures, though, kind of interesting because it's like kind of like Class B bullish divergence a little bit. SD Magic, as long as you got targets, you know where those critical, you know, the golden zone, golden retrace, or the 786, right? Man plans, Bitcoin laughs. There you go, TK, exactly. Brad, I don't know, I asked earlier. Yeah, J-Mode, gotta get 30k subs. The emotes, man, it'll be worth it for the whole community. Everyone wants emotes. I'm sick of the YouTube emotes. Let's get some, I'll get Pepe's in here. We can get 30k, man. Yes, Daddy Coffee, yes. Swing trading, man, position trading. I don't day trade. But glad you're here, really. You didn't know what to think of me since your buddy sent me the link. Well, I mean, just dig around. You know, you got a day of a little bit of drama that is very rare, if not almost inexistent. Like we are not drama fueled. And some communities and some content creators and influencers have to have drama. That's the only way. That is their content. That is the premise of their content. The premise of my content is technical analysis, looking for trade setups, right? Looking for opportunities. It's not just Bitcoin. Tomcat. We've been live now for an hour and 38 minutes. If you're enjoying the live stream, like button, bell, sub, Kangs. All right. Option, I don't know about that, dude. It's very difficult. I mean, it's impossible for you really to say that. There's no basis. It doesn't matter about 2015, blah, blah, blah. This is a completely different asset, completely different market, man. It's new. It's one of really three. Drama's here because of boring consolidation. Yeah, maybe. You know, if Bitcoin was pumping or dumping, there wouldn't be time for anyone to be getting upset or whatever. I don't know, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, dude. So very interesting stuff. The daily and the weekly stochastic is crazy, dude. But there you go, right here. It's just kind of like descending triangle to symmetrical triangle on. See, this is Bitfinex, where people would make the argument. I think this is the same reaction low. So I don't even know if you could plot it like that. It's really like this is a real reaction low. I think it still looked like that. It looks like that. So big move coming, chat. Man, I wish I could talk about it more. Just hanging out with y'all. You know how we do it, man. You know how we do it. We're close to daily close. Yes, we are. We're 20 minutes away. I don't know if I can make it, dude. What would be the move off this potential launch pad? Well, I mean, again, we just looked at the measured move. $4,000 move puts you around a little 14,000, right around 52-week highs. But move the downside, 100% move the downside is going to put you like 4,500, 5K or something like that. It's not good. Right, that's why you don't really want to break the downside. But you may not hit 100% retrace if you do dump because there's support. Like left, 7,500 is your trend reversal area, I think. I think that like you could go down to 7,500, test it and hold, and then rally to all-time highs or 52-week highs or something like that. But if you break 7,500, I think the trend is definitely in jeopardy, if not maybe over, and then it's going to continue selling off. You might go through another correction for a long time, for maybe 6 months plus. All right. Wouldn't say we have divergence yet, but very close, right? From a low point on the daily to nearly the same low, slightly higher low. Someone's talking about daily bullish divergence, yet we don't know, right? Because just think about it. The move we're talking about that is so high in probability of happening in the next couple weeks at this point, because it's so deep, it's nearing the apex, right? That if the dump happens, that bullish divergence you're talking about could very well just get invalidated, and then it sells off, and then we have a huge negative Momo histogram wick, and then it's convergence instead of potential divergence, right? It just started and it's continuing to build, but you're still holding above that very important area, 9,700, 9,650 or so right here, April 2018. All right, so yeah, that could get invalidated. So quick email. Of course we could continue on, but the thing is, like, historically, based on research done on the stock market, which this is not the stock market, right? So you might have to take it with a grain of salt, but most of these patterns researched, right? Like hundreds of patterns researched. About 50% to 75% of the way through the development of these patterns is when you get your breakout to the upside or downside. It has not happened yet, and we're like 90% of the way through the development. So it's kind of weird, right? Rising wedge on US oil. Didn't just have that impulse last week. I mean, still letting it settle a little bit. He's talking about rising wedge. So let's clean it up. I don't want to look at it all the time. So yeah, it was just like that mega price contraction you were getting, and you did break it, but then like reversed. It's about rising wedge. I don't know how you can say that, right? Rising wedge. Almost just looks like you're range bound, and you hit the top of the range, up thrusted, and failed, and you're back in it now. So we're talking about just swing trading a range of some sort, and then there's like the top part right there. And if that's the case, maybe, I mean, there's value at the $50 mark, right? $51 or so. I don't see much opportunity. If you're talking about the daily, you see a falling wedge, maybe you're talking about the 4 hour or something. It's probably what you're talking about, right? Where you're like, I don't know, man, if you could even call it that, right? You're really grasping here, dude. So it has, look, it's so early in the development, I don't know what it's going to do. He's talking about some divergence, maybe. Yeah, maybe, but then it's like breaking the upside, but not making higher highs yet. Okay, so I try to stick with the daily on crude, and you saw the opportunity where it's, yeah, man, maybe impulse down, and then it's down sloping consolidation, and it keeps going, and then could break out of that, and then you just go from your high point to wherever the low point is to get a 50% retrace. It's that easy. That's for a target. Oh, you were on log scale. You're right, dude. Dewey's one of my PC specs. Oh my god. I actually like audited the price of each component of the PC last night. You won't even believe it. And I'm talking including everything. Like the monitors, you know, the mic, the stream deck, the keyboard, the mic, you know, everything. The mice, mouse, whatever. But so I've got Corsair Obsidian D 300D case. I've got Corsair RGB fans. I've got like 6 or 7 of them. I've got Corsair Vengeance RAM. I got 48 gigs of RAM. I think at 3600 megahertz processing speed. RGB components. So you have to have I've got the Corsair. I don't know. It's like the top line. They're RGB keyboards, mechanical keyboard. Got the Corsair headset stand. This RGB. I got my XL Stream Deck, 2080 Ti, EVGA RTX. I've got a HP 1080 Ti Founders Edition. It's my secondary GPU. I've got a AMD 2970X Threadripper CPU there. So my motherboard's like an ASRock X399. Got a Seagate 1300 watt power supply. Got the Logitech wireless mouse with the wireless, you know, with the mouse pad that constantly charges your mouse. I've got a Logitech Brio webcam. I've got a Yeti Blue microphone. So those specs, that's the specs, all of them for the PC. I don't know if there's anything else. Yeah, I read it, but I mean, I can't really say anything. Okay, so people are saying that...
Your device is offline. To connect, swipe down from the top of your screen. Then go to Settings, Network.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, RGB helps your trades. I think you said that the other day, right? The more RGB you have, the more effective of a trader you are. Capo. Where I think Bitcoin's going within the week, a violent move up or down, probably. All right, it may stall for a week or more or something, but dude, I'm telling you, mathematically, the deeper we get into these patterns, the higher the probability of the move coming, the big one, right? The volatility coming back, the craziness. You know, chat will be like, oh, over 1,000 people watching on a dump or pump, right? That will be coming. What's up, Heath, dude? Yeah, that's the asset. You that puts your name in the hat for the Hype King that we're voting on, I guess tonight, and it'll be announced maybe in the night stream or something. If we do the night stream, and maybe tomorrow, it doesn't matter. You're over 128 gigabytes of RAM? Well, you only have a 6800K? That overkill? Could your processor even handle something that's requiring over 100 gigs of RAM, Thomas? Can you play Crisis on Ultra, Paris Fisher? No, I can't. No one can, ever. Alright. Okay, whatever, getting out of oil. That someone's talking about. Alright, 9673, back below 9700. William Manley. Wow, what a last name, chat. Wish my last name was Manley. Manley, yeah, PRCP failed. Jacob G, that is what put your name in the ring. Put your hat in the ring for to Hype King, sorry. Sure can. Interesting, man. I don't know, dude. I think I have a 7K or whatever they're called. On this one, this is my backup PC. Not near as powerful as the other one. This one only has, I think, 32 gigs of RAM. I mean, it runs everything well. Surprised. I just can't believe it, how smooth it is. All these graphics I've got going. It's fine. The coronations tonight. That's up to the mods. I'm not sure what they're going to decide on. I'm looking at Coinbase right now. Wrecking Cryptocurrency College. I'm looking at it right now. Coinbase. One thing that's not different at all, right, is the stochastic being at some of the lowest levels of all time, just matching where it always goes at its lowest points, and the triple RSI hidden bullish divergence in the weekly. So no change there. Negative Momo is continuing to build, which you don't like. So I go between different exchanges, Reagan Cryptocurrency College, because in my tenure as a streamer, everyone looks at everything. So I try to have different ideas, like the downsloping channel on one chart while I have the pennant on the other, right? Will the Hype King get a crown? I wish we could do that. We can't. They're going to get a unique role in the Discord forever, and they'll lose Hype King most likely the next week, unless they somehow, some way defend their Hype King. It's a weekly thing, dude. Why do I only have 48 gigs of RAM? Am I crazy? I don't think I ever... I mean, I don't play video games, so... But streaming is really intense. I mean, I don't really look at patterns, dude, on the RSI. I mean, sure, you can say it's a falling wedge, whatever. But I wouldn't look at it like that. I would just look at it like, hey, we're reading it, the divergence. What's up, call me? Hey, what's up, dude? Prosperity Plus, what's up, dude? Just running out the clock now, chat. We got 6 minutes or less until this close. Just sticking around with you to see if maybe there would be some volatility that could arise. Okay, that's the 4 hour. Still bouncing off 96.31. Look left, man. Here we are. Nowhere else to go, man. It's like right here. Just a little off right there. 96.50. That's the last line of defense. Hey, 10-minute delay? No way. Chat, is there a 10-minute delay? David Goff VV, I don't know about that, man. I mean, I think there's ways to read divergence, convergence on the oscillators, and I don't think you have to rely on any type of patterns on the RSI. But maybe. Hey, whatever works for you, dude. It's not even, look, you know, technical analysis is not about which way, who is right. Okay, it's all, you can get from point A to B, no kappa, many different ways. Ichimoku, Elliott wave, whatever your route, whenever you find something that works for you, stick with it, man. Yeah, check to see the live button's still red, or click on it anyway. Even if it says even if it's red, sometimes it doesn't work. $49-second delay. Okay. Mr. Italy X. Thanks for the sub, man. Welcome. Thanks for all the new subs joining today. Really, really appreciate that. The road to 30K, the road to Pepe emojis. All right. My volume's low. No, it's just I'm just far away from my microphone, and it's just really tough to get it closer because of my setup in here. I know, man. I know it sucks. Trying to get closer to it or something, but I'm trying to see if I do that, then I'm off of my webcam. So, my God, man. Okay, so we got 3 minutes, chat. 3 minutes just hanging out with y'all, doing things over here. I am almost done my coffee. Perfect timing. A bearish Gartley. Are you saying you think? I mean, how do we know? We don't really know. This is the only way you maybe could get it. XAB. Still not deep enough, right? 55% retrace. And he's talking about an 84% retrace. And he's saying maybe this. That's his, is this your idea? Athletic 777. Tell me if I'm wrong here. That's what he's thinking. We don't know. This could just keep selling off and we can get wrecked, right? And then it could go much lower, and then we can end up getting what? Another potential cipher idea, right? Is that what you're saying? We have no idea if this is the end, man. No clue. Wireless sets up the mic. Yeah. I just need to get, I mean, dude, this is like my backup station. So this is not even, you know, my main one. Thanks for the few people that followed on Instagram today. Really appreciate that. You want to follow more of my life when I travel or stuff like that. Instagram's for you. All right. Rob, I don't know if it's gonna pump or dump. I know that there's a you're no demand, right? You're just not being able to break to the upside at all. You're getting so deep in the pattern. The weekly looks so good for the bulls in a way based on the stochastic and the the triple RSI bullish divergence holding above the support. But if you break the support, it could be a nasty move down to 8,500. All right. But if you can hold on once more and break this downside resistance, and you can start consistently breaking above overhead resistance like 10,900, 11K, different story. Oh, Sliverberry, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Thanks, dude. Dude, holy crap. Joshua, Corey, and Zhao, Mr. Antonies. All right. Thank y'all all for following me on Instagram. Y'all are amazing. Brad G, thanks for the follow on friggin' Instagram. Y'all are amazing. Really, really appreciate that. And really thanks so much for the 700 people tuned in as we slowly wait for this. Well, it is just closed. All right, chat. It is official now. A new daily candle has been born. What's up, Amin? Good to see you, buddy. Sorry, let me get rid of this. That was just someone's idea. Joshua, thanks for the follow, man. Wrecking Cryptocurrency College, thank you for the follow. I think I said Brad G. Thank you for all y'all for the follows on Instagram. Y'all amazing, dude. Trying to get my rookie numbers up. All right. I'll wait till there's a volatility, Jacob G. Wait. So, one thing you did do is on the daily, you didn't fall. You tested it and did not fall below that critical support back from late April of 2018. You held. Now, someone's saying, is there divergence? I don't think you can call it divergence on the MACD yet. It's like from this low to this low. Yeah, you could be diverging, but your negative Momo is building still. So what if it sells off again, Amin, and keeps building? Eventually you could invalidate it and it could just be bearish convergence. But you're just kind of hugging the support now, and you've had your chances to the upside. It just not enough demand. Just keep selling off, man. Gross. You can also look at this like some sort of pseudo 3 falling peaks. One peak, another peak. Here's your third peak, and here are the 2 valleys, and here's the confirmation line. You break this, it could be a violent move down. That's what I think, man. But how can you do that when you're oversold on the 4 hour? I guess you could keep selling off, whatever. What it look like on the daily close? Just a bearish engulfing candle painted, a pretty big bearish engulfing candle painted on the daily. Not really what you're looking for. Evan Walsh, a little time to grow. Ricardo Cortez, thank you all for the follow on Instagram. Corey C, thanks for the follow, dude. Y'all amazing. Yeah, there is no buying. No. I agree. There's no buying. And we've already discussed the targets, the downside, where it could break if it does. Oh, my bad, local dinosaur. Sorry, dude. I did a major wrench purge yesterday. I didn't know I deleted you. Sometimes it lags. So maybe I accidentally hit X on you. My bad, dude. You got it back, dude. Thanks for the follow, dude. Nice name. Holy crap. That's right, MB says the Gartley allows for a hefty 3-to-1 reward to risk. 4-to-1 sometimes, yep. I agree. Yeah, it really all depends on your stops, how tight you want to be on your stops. You know, we've talked about strategizing. You can have really tight stops, way above X, and you can take profit at way more conservative levels. But if you're going to have a really loose stop at below X, you have to swing for the fences kind of, and you have to go for the top parts of the Gartley, right? Jacob N, thanks so much for the follow on Instagram, dude. Kangs, man. Thank you all. Holy crap. Follow Spike on Insta, IG, man. No way that's still real. I already deleted that, didn't I? Let's see. What? Oh my god, dude. Dude, Streamlabs is unreal. So invasive and so obnoxious. It actually is re-popping up. I think anytime someone tips on Streamlabs, it like somehow manipulates my description and my title to say support the stream with Streamlabs before anything. That's so stupid, man. Losing it. Marcel, man, thank you for the follow. Sending massive positivity to all tonight. Bullish on Bitcoin. We'll see, dude. Prosperity. We'll see, man. This is not really what you want to see. Why didn't we break to the upside? Why when we hit this, we didn't continue rallying and run? I mean, just where's the demand on this asset right now? Still in a downtrend until you're not. Still in it. Well, thank you, Jacob, dude, man. Good to see you, dude. Martin, I don't do an end of year predictions at all. You would think that the way it's developing will be $1,000 lower, $1,000 higher minimum, right? Yeah, Jacob, thanks, dude. Much love. Paris Fisher, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Follow. So just holding, have your alert set up like, you know, below 9,600. That is where things can get bad. Though your stochastic is very low, 5.51 on the on stochastic, you're not over sold yet. On the RSI, you're 36, so there's still plenty of room to dump once more if market participants wanted to, and it wouldn't be weird. We haven't actually been oversold on Bitcoin on the daily since December 15th, which was, we were on the tail end of it. That was when it all began, right? That was the end. 3150, the bottom, was the last time we were oversold, so it hasn't happened yet. Yeah, he did. He did. I got rid of it, dude. He's cool. Yeah, gold is looking great, Graham. Certainly, it's been looking great. But remember, gold wasn't doing what Bitcoin did earlier in the year, right? So who is really, you know, who's really doing things? What is the yearly performance of gold versus Bitcoin right now? Bitcoin's still winning, I think. Beating all the major indices on the stock market too. Most of your wealth is in Bitcoin. Good luck, man. I mean, I get it, dude, but I know someone else that had the majority of their wealth. They showed me. I'm like, I can't believe you're doing this. I can't believe that's what you're doing. Why not have your majority of your position in cash? So when Bitcoin, if Bitcoin dumps, you have opportunity to acquire more. That is the RSI, Relative Strength Index, for Sol. All right, man. So, well, it's been a good stream. I mean, just, you know, subtract a little bit of drama that is very rare, rarely happens, but seldom happens. Just sometimes, man, I get, I don't know, my pragmatism. You can have pragmatism to a fault, man. So sorry for trying to get things going, but you know, maybe just didn't see things. Whatever, man. But you can't say I do it every day. All right, so thanks so much for the likes, love, support, the contributions. It's really just a few. Marco and Probst and I mean a few, but like in high amounts, right? Jason and Lurker Snipe, and then a couple crypto tips. Fcoin Bro, thanks for $3 Ethereum Classic, and yeah, that's it. But more so, let me say thanks so much for all the new subs today. I really, really appreciate that. Sub growth, man. The road to 30K, so we can all post Pepe memes. Spam them. Okay, spam Vet Moon Boy stuff. All whatever we want, man. We can make an emote of anything we want at 30K subs. So keep on building this community. It's all of us together. All right. So I'll just be back either tonight or tomorrow. Not sure. That's why you need to be in the Discord, so you know. Join the Discord. If you're not, over 4,500 members of the Discord. Very, very active. And if you want to learn more about trading, join the Discord. Okay, tons of like-minded individuals that care about technical analysis, charts, crypto, stocks, all of it. Join. And that's the best way to get in contact with me or anyone else in this live chat right now that you see that you're a part of. That's where we all hang out when I'm not streaming. So I'll be back. Until then, respect the TA.